a fantastic start to this third round. Well, we're halfway through it, over halfway through it, but we've seen some huge displays, and Paul Nicholson has been witnessing the action, and he joins me in the commentary box for this one.
Yeah, what an afternoon we've had so far. Just get the feeling it's going to keep getting better. The crowd keep getting louder and louder and louder. Support that Peter Wright had in that last game with Chuck Norris, I feel just got him over the line slightly. And the only mistake that Alan Norris made basically is doubles. Down about 1 in 4, and he needed to be better than that. I mean, he was averaging so high, but Peter managed to get the job done.
Well, Peter Wright nearly made, well, he did make a very big mistake. It didn't cost him in the end because of Chuck's double trouble. Well, that was an epic bust of Gerwin Price proportions from yesterday.
Absolutely true. I mean, you know what they say, these things come in threes, so we might have another one today. So keep tuned, folks. You never know, we might have another dramatic bust. Well, Benito van der Pas hasn't been making many mistakes recently. He really is something special for the future.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is Teddy to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Van der Pas has won 2 PDC titles this year. His career certainly going in the right direction.
100.
Yeah, definitely going up and up and up, just like a young professional wants to. Terry Jenkins has told me this might be my last season. I think he's probably said that for the last 4 years. Terry's still got an abundance of ability.
Too good to retire.
Exactly right. Basically the same as Phil Taylor.
85.
Too good to retire yet. As long as they're still enjoying it, they're going to be here. Look at Benito, though. Very distinctive style.
81.
Very unusual, I think. Definitely got his own way of doing things. Has definitely won a lot of tournaments in the PDC ranks and away from it over the last few years. But I think he's found a comfort now. Over the last 2 years has really found his true game.
Yeah, reached the final of a European Tour event in Riesa last year as well, Van der Pas. Is that the next step for him to win one of these events and then start to maybe make some headway in the majors?
Yeah, there's definitely a graduation system within the PDC. Obviously, he started on the youth tour. He came onto the main tour. He's now won on the main tour. He's contending in majors. The next step for him is to win a European Tour event. And then when you win one of these, you can genuinely think he is possible for a major title in the future.
Teddy, you require 76.
Terry Jenkins is in control of this leg, as he should be, because it's his throw.
56. Benito, you require 146.
It's a good try. Van der Pas might look at 2 treble 19s here. There's one, that's a good lie. Oh, just pushed it slightly.
$140.
A lovely leave.
Teddy, you require 20.
What will Terry do about that? Got to be closer. Better.
No
but
score.
Not good enough, unfortunately. So Benito's going to get a pop at this.
Yeah, and it's against the darts as well. So Van der Pas looking to draw first blood by landing double 16. Double 8 now. Oh, great dart.
Benito Van der Pas.
Just about the only part of the bed that he could.
Throw first.
Took the words out of my mouth, Murph. When you look at the way that Benito's darts land in the board, they're upright and they kick to the left. And he could see all of that double 16 after the first dart, but none of the double 8 after the second one.
100.
Absolutely astonishing shot. He had to go high. No margin for error, and there was no error.
Always intrigued by the smooth barrels that Terry Jenkins throws. Most players are some sort of grip on the darts, but Jenkins doesn't seem to have any. What's the thinking behind that?
I think the thinking is it's all about friction, isn't it? You know, darts on the whole do have grooves because human beings have smooth hands. Terry does a lot of manual work away from darts, so maybe he's got rough hands and doesn't need the friction on the dart. It's surprising
45.
How much grip you get from a smooth dart. all you guys at home, if you want to believe me, get yourself a set of Terry Jenkins darts in your hand and see what you think. Be surprised as to how grippy it actually is.
134.
And the best thing about smooth darts as well, if you can use them, is that there's no real friction when they bang together, so they actually glide together.
95.
I think that's been
Benito,
Terry's
you require
advantage over
170.
the past 15 years.
Yeah, well, Van der Passe's dart certainly more groovy as he looks to set up a nice out shot.
60.
I've actually had a go of Benito van der Passe's darts shortly before he beat me at the World Championships. They were very unusual.
75.
His throw is
Benito, you
unconventional,
require
his darts are
110.
unconventional, but what he does on the board, rather extraordinary most of the time.
Well, he's got 6 darts from 110 to double his lead. May only need 3 of them. Double 16.
Game
Fantastic finish from Big Ben.
Benito van der Pas. Third leg is
Doubles his
steady through
advantage in this
first.
match.
Game on.
Well, that was typical Big Ben. He's been doing that so much over the last 12 months. And he's lethal on double 16 because, like we mentioned
135.
before, the way his darts lie in the board, if he misses to the outside, he's got a wonderful guide for the next shot. Notice the mini squint before he throws. Just getting his eye in, just like that.
180.
Watch the next time he comes to the board. A little mini squint just to get those eyes focused on the target.
First match of the match.
140.
Be nice if we could follow it with another one. Not to be.
Well, we've had an opportunity at a 9 dart today. It doesn't come much closer.
85.
Sure, we'll have another go at it later in the day. Great games coming up. Michael van Gerwen against Kyle Anderson later on.
85.
Phil Taylor against Stephen Bunting. They've played each other in a World Series final before. Peter Wright will play the winner of this game. And after the last game, Peter's got to think, maybe it's my day today.
85. Teddy require 141.
Well, this is a combination that Phil Taylor threatened for that 9 darter earlier on. Only ever happened once. Still on the European
86.
Tour, Ross
Benito,
Smith.
you require 151.
Now this would be a steal. Well, it's on. Still on.
111.
What a fantastic effort.
Teddy require 55.
Terry's thinking, phew. Double top, he loves this side of the board. That's awkward. And proved to be.
15.
Terry likes to put them on
Benito,
top of
you
each other.
require 40.
Feel he had to go to the left a bit more. So Benito, with that really good visit in the last time, has now got a second dart in hand for tops. Got to switch to 10s to get a 3-0 advantage.
30.
It's giving Terry another
Teddy
chance.
require 40.
Tops for Terry. And that's a similar first start to the one that he struggled to work his way around last
Game shot
time,
on
but
the
not this
third
time.
leg.
Moves
Terry
right,
Jenkins.
finds the bed,
Fourth leg is
half the
Benito to throw
deficit,
first.
and he's off the mark
Game
in this
on.
match.
Benito's got to be thinking, okay, I had a chance to go 3-0 there, but it didn't happen, so let's move on. Still got the advantage.
100.
We were talking about Terry earlier and his career. It's almost a crime that he hasn't won a major. Such a talented man.
81.
So many Premier Leagues, so many major finals. I don't like to refer to Terry as a multi-major loser. I think he's just a fantastic dart player.
140.
Yeah, always the bridesmaid, the bull.
Just always seemed to come up against someone who was having their week.
100.
James Wade cost him, Phil Taylor cost him,
Adrian Lewis.
Michael van Gerwen's cost him. But the difference of years between his first major final and the last one he made,
60.
that's a long time. That shows pedigree, commitment. He's still throwing great darts, even in 2016. Just like that.
180.
He's not out of this tournament yet. Has made a final on the European Tour.
59.
Well, that
Teddy
180 leaves
require
140
140.
for Jenkins. Looking to break Benito's throat.
60. Benito, you require 142.
Well, this is my favourite outshot that Kim Huybrechts is trying to steal. What's he going to do? He's going the same way. See? 2 treble 17s and tops is the future.
84.
Not a bad lead.
Terry, you require 80.
2 darter. Terry's only going to get 1 at tops, but it's open. And that's
Big
closed.
shot on the 4th leg.
The leg is
Terry
over. It's
Jenkins.
2-2.
5th leg is steady to throw first. Game on.
Yep, he's fought back from a 2-leg deficit, and now he will throw first in this 5th leg.
As everybody knows, Terry's into his antiques.
80.
Lives in Ledbury, near the town of Malvern, down in the Midlands, or the West Midlands. If you ever need to talk to him about
100.
unusual things, he's a good man to have a conversation with. He actually found me a tractor seat bar stool with Nicholson on it. I thought,
60.
if you can find that, you can find just about anything. And all he wants to find in this game are winning doubles.
Well, Van der Pass finding the treble 20. Very, very nicely there.
140.
140.
Have you noticed with Benito, when he's got that dart in the 60, it just looks so inviting. Dart's going in so upright. You just feel that 180s are
97.
easier with the way he throws a dart. I think that's modern darts pretty much through and through. Look how big that looks. Bang. And again, 3 on a pinhead. And he's been doing that so much recently. Terry's got the exact opposite style, landing them on top of each other, but with the same result.
180. Benito require 81.
Yeah, both players finding their second maximums in this leg. But Van der Pass wants double 12 to complete an 81 checkout. Double 6 now. And he breaks Jenkins' throw.
Benito Van der Pass.
That's a big moment.
6 leg is Benito
Terry
through
was
first.
breathing heavily
Game on.
behind him, saying, if you don't get this, Sonny Jim, I'm going to have a pop at it. Slows it down. Clever tactic. Composure. And back to it.
Yeah, 12 darter to break there. See the angle that you were talking about there, Paul.
Yeah, it's just
55.
it's a beautiful camera angle because we can see how the darts fly into the board. Pretty much the first half of the throw isn't as relevant, I think. When you see how they land
85.
after travelling about 7 feet. Obviously, the distance of the Yoki from the board is 7'9¼ inches from the floor. But I think after that first 7 feet is over, the last 9 inches is absolutely
60.
vital. You can see that last dot just dipping a bit. So I don't think he threw it hard enough there.
Yeah, anything high in the treble or above the treble is good for Van der Pass.
66.
When he starts to drop them low, he's got work to do.
Well, it's a perfect example, this game, of the 2 different types of styles you can use to put treble 20 shooting together.
100.
Van der Pass is a very competent switcher on the board. Terry Jenkins likes to manoeuvre his way across the hockey and try and find the treble 20.
Yeah, again, 2 different styles. You get a lot of
82.
stubborn dart players who stick on the 60s. James Wade's probably the biggest one for that. Peter Wright's another. But then we have more continental type players like Van der Pass, Huybrechts. Jelle Klaassen is probably the biggest advocate of switching.
96.
Well, there we see the switch. The first start went low, straight down to the 19s. No hesitation. Found 1 treble.
And how can we forget what Kim Huybrechts did earlier today with
98.
5 treble 18s in a row and a double 16 for 302 in 6 darts. Certainly won't forget that in a hurry.
Yeah, 6 perfect darts at the end of a leg for
60.
Huybrechts. Taylor had
Terry
8
require
perfect darts
170.
before narrowly missing double 12. But Terry Jenkins is looking for 3 perfect to finish the 170 finish here.
145.
Well, Van der Pass
Benito, you require 130.
could get a shot on the bull himself in this combination.
Well, we haven't seen a 170 this week yet. Still going to have plenty of chances for it, but Benito doesn't want 170. He wants the bullseye, though. Oh, right on the
105.
wire. Get it quickly, Benito
Terry
might fall
require
out.
25.
Both players on 25. Jenkins 17 for double 4 to break
Game
back.
shot on the 6th leg.
And we're level again.
Terry Jenkins. 7 leg is steady to
That's
throw
the old
first.
school versus
Game
the new
on.
school. Old school 3, new school 3.
Only met 3 times before these two. Van der Pas won the first one, then Jenkins won the second, and Van der Pas won the third, all last year. So it could be Terry's turn if it carries on like that.
Benito hopes not. Feels like Benito's been around for so long.
140.
He's still a kid. Do you think darts will...
140.
It is a young man's game these days. I think that there's no question about that. But people like Phil Taylor, who are in their mid-50s, Terry Jenkins, who's over 50 now, you know, other players on other circuits like, you know, Darryl Fitton, who's recently won the World Darts Trophy. You know, they're in their later years. Do you think in about 20 years we'll still be talking about Van Gerwen, Van der Pas, these kinds of guys?
145.
Possibly. It depends on what they want. There's more money in the game now, so you've got, if you're one of the top players like Michael Van Gerwen, you've got the option of
60.
Putting the darts in the case early, I suppose.
76.
There's every opportunity to do that for Michael Van Gerwen, the way he's making money. Just depends on Desire, though. Terry Desire at 76. He's in control of this leg.
Who's to say that another MVG won't come along in the next few years and knock him off his perch, and all of a sudden he's not making the money that he was? So you don't know. It's difficult to walk away.
Well, for me, the two candidates to really
20.
challenge him are Benito Van der Pas.
Oh, bounce out.
Right on the wire.
It was in. That one's not in.
10
Neither's
scored.
that. So Van der Pas
Benito
absolutely
144.
threatening in this situation. There's always a chance with Benito.
Well, we saw it last night with Mark Frost. He hit this shot. Another one of those. Oh, good try.
90.
Yeah, that
Teddy, you require
first
10.
start looked almost in and bounced out. It must have been right on the inside of the wire. Now he's found himself wanting 5 in bits. Can he get it eventually on double two? He can.
7 flag. Terry Jenkins.
Good recovery from Terry Jenkins.
Yeah, that was a pressure-filled dart. Whipping the sweat from his brow as well. It is hot in this arena, let me tell you. Quite cool in the commentary
60.
box, but out there it really is hot.
Yeah, this pair not quite hitting the heights of some of the skill we've seen today, but certainly an intriguing battle going on.
So
140.
we were talking about people who would threaten the MVG standard in the next few years. The people who really can stick with that standard for me, apart from obviously the likely Anderson and Taylor,
60.
Chisnell, Van der Pas for me is got an enormous future. And Jelle Klassen is one of the others who can live with that standard. But today,
134.
he was playing at a very good standard and came up against an incredible Kyle Anderson performance.
There was a time a couple of years ago when Terry Jenkins seemed to be the nemesis of Michael Van Gerwen. As Van der Pas fires in, a third 180.
You go through spells sometimes of having the wood on someone. I had the wood on Terry for quite a while.
95.
Terry's a very deceivingly good player, especially in floor events. He just doesn't make mistakes.
125.
And that's the key when you're playing well. You find yourself on
132.
161 after 9 dots literally all the time. This will be good. This is very good from Terry
Shot on the A
Jenkins.
flag. Terry Jenkins.
The bull for the bull.
9 flag is Teddy to throw first. Game on.
1-3-2 check out for Jenkins, puts him firmly in pole position to move into the quarterfinals of the Austrian Darts Open.
We've been talking about Van der Pas most of the game, but Terry Jenkins isn't dead.
140.
He's very much alive as a dart player and as a competitor in this year's Austrian Darts Open. Would this be an upset for you, Murph?
Well, I wouldn't be upset.
28.
No, yeah, you would probably make Van der Pas a slight favourite, as the seedings suggest, and recent form.
60.
Yeah, I think the two titles would probably put Van der Pas right up there as favourite. And the way they played last night as well, I think Van der Pas was just a bit better.
139.
He hasn't lost yet, though.
He hasn't. I'll tell you what, he can't afford any mistakes now.
Well, it might be academic whether it makes any or not if Jenkins carries on finding the treble 20.
And Maybe Jenkins looks at his half of the draw and said, right, okay, might have to take on Peter Wright next.
134.
I'd be very surprised if he actually looked beyond Benito, though, because right now he's in finals and semi-finals all the time. But he's not making mistakes.
What a setup that was. 140 leaves 36, which means Terry Jenkins could be one dart away from the last 8. There's going to be some pressure on it, mind.
Just a little bit.
180.
All right, TJ, what you got, mate? 18s to go through. Oh, dodgy 9s. Not dodgy at all for TJ. The ball is thundering along into the quarterfinals here in Vienna. And Van der Pas, surprisingly somewhat, is gone.
Yeah, joy for Jenkins. He moves through to the quarterfinals to face Peter Wright. We're going to see Ian White take on Nigel Heard and Michael Smith against Ron Meulenkamp to finish his afternoon session and complete the quarterfinal lineup. Well, to get a few words from Terry Jenkins first. He's through.
Der vom Bull die Hörner gezeigt bekommen hat. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Terry, you're running really well here in Vienna. Any explanation for that?
No, it's just hot. It's just hot here today, and I just thought, just keep yourself relaxed. And I played nice and steady there. I was playing all right in the practice room, and I thought just bring that up onto the stage, and I kept myself calm and nice and relaxed. I know Benito took the first leg off me. I was kicking myself because I had 4 darts at the double, and I just grit my teeth and held on.
Thank you, and cool down in the players' lounge. And good luck for tonight.